my presentation, let me ask you one or two questions. This is both for the organizers as well as the participants. How many of you have started a project but have abandoned it before? Show of hands. And how many of you have ever looked for people to collaborate with but didn't get so lucky because you didn't have a cool twin? All right, so that is the issue that we were facing on our personal lives, and which is why we decided to build something to solve our problem. Our solution is called Copal, find your next co-founder. And what we try to do is use the techniques that are used through the dating world and other aspects of our lives to find us the perfect partner. We try to implement that into the technical world and give you a matchmaking app for people who want to build something greater together. And how we plan to do that is, and why we have to do that, is we've seen a lot of people with great technical potential, but having a startup or starting a project and getting it successful is not just about having a great idea or just having the technical skill, but it's also about the people you're working with and the people that are around you. So it's not just because someone wasn't ambitious enough or didn't work long hours enough that they're not successful, but these are also other factors that might affect their success. And we want to change that by building Copal that makes you and finding your co-partner as easy as possible. So how are we planning on going up on this? So the first step in our platform is setting up your profiles. And when we say setting up your profiles, it's not just getting a couple metrics and then calling it a day and just matching you with the nearest person in the 4-mile radius. But we actually try to take into aspect everything a person can have. So currently, for the MVP here, we made it more dev-centric than anything. So it's heavily related to developers. So when you sign up, you have to give us your GitHub, your LinkedIn, and your Waka time. And we take those stats and we kind of gauge your performance on the technical aspects, but we also make you take a personality quiz so that we know you're compatible with the person. And we also ask you what kind of people you prefer to work with as a prerequisite. And we take all those metrics and the data we got from GitHub, like your commit history, your consistency, and the number of hours you've worked, your years of experience, and all that we can get from your other social medias, and then compile it into one metric that can define how compatible two people are. So after that, the system gets into working and it gives you matches. And we implemented the swipe feature that Tinder has in matching profiles, except you actually get to read in detailed depths about the person you're being matched with and why we chose to match you with that person. Maybe we'll say, we noticed that you said you prefer people that are consistent, and this person has like a crazy consistency on GitHub. And we'll show you why that person was matched to you. And then it's supposed to be a first step. The hardest thing about finding a co-founder is about breaking the ice. And that's what we plan to do. Because once you meet on our app, we also integrated a chat feature. And once you talk on our app, it's up to you to then go build the projects and collaborate offline, as we like to say. So, like I said, we like to emphasize not just on the smaller things like technical, but you might be an early bird or you're an out. Are you a quick prototyper or are you a perfectionist polisher? So it's not just about some simple data sort of array of data we have about you, but it's about figuring out who you are and who would be perfect for you. So we also get things like your previous companies and personality insights would be gotten from all the data that we have gathered. So we know better understanding about you. So the process is simple. You find someone like you, connect and get matched, you start in chat, collaborate, and you build something greater together. So let's move on to the demo because I feel like the concept is pretty self-explanatory. You first asked about personal details about yourself. So first name and age, and then your gender, male, and then you're also asked about how many hours you're willing to commit to the person you might meet on this platform, and country of residence, because we also believe the closer you are, the easier it's to work with, and also time zone issues is something we want to take into consideration when we're matching you with people. So after that, we try to choose a technical stack, and here it's not really comprehensive, meaning we don't have every stack, and that's kind of intentional because we didn't want to leave it kind of open-ended and have some sort of matching criteria, because if everybody in the world just chose separate tech stacks, it's going to be a bit harder to implement a matchmaking algorithm. So you choose a couple of things you might be familiar with, and then you connect your socials. For now, let me connect my GitHub. And as soon as you press connect GitHub, the first thing it does is fetches your data from GitHub. We only get things that are in your public access. We don't get anything from your private repos. And after that, you're shifted to your partner preference pages. And you can choose gender, age range, time commitment that you're looking from the person, tech stack, country of residence, and then occupation. So after this, you save your preferences. And then last but not least, like I said, we also want to make you take a personality test. So we make you take the MBTI quiz, which is scientifically proven psychology. So scientifically proven to kind of determine what kind of person you are. And we make you insert the output that the quiz gives you. I'm just going to enter the example here, ESFJ. And then when you save, this is where you finally send into our homepage. You're going to see a lot of familiar faces when we populated dummy data, so we did what we have to do. So here there's the Tinder-based swipe mechanics, so you can swipe right or left, and then you're matched based on that. And of course, it's about mutuality, so just because you're interested in someone doesn't mean they'll be interested in you. So it's only when both people have shown that they have interest in each other that they are given the opportunity to communicate and are actually put in the matches tab. So when you go to the matches tab, there will come the people you've matched with and the people that liked you but you didn't like back. And then there's the chat feature, and there's the co-creators feature, which we haven't worked anything on yet, I'll be honest. There's nothing there. It's just where you're supposed to keep your active projects in the community together. And lastly, your profile, where you can manage your integration. So here you can connect your LinkedIn, your Waka time, better-auth, and you can also, here your repos are linked, so we're sorted by how active your repos are. So if I click this, it will take me to GitHub. As you can see, I'm not going to do it because I'm running out of time. But yeah, the one thing I forgot to mention is we have connects, and these are credit systems that we use because we don't want someone to just spam, match with 100 people in one day and overdo it. So we kind of limited it and also made it a paid feature. So we have to make money somehow. So you can buy more. We have also integrated payment with Chapa. So that's about it. I think that's time. All right.
Okay. Interesting. So quickly, my first question would be, there is Y Combinator Founders Connect, like that. Mm-hmm. There is a co-founder lab, lab platform. Have you checked them out?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me, what makes you unique?
The one thing we noticed is their logic behind how they're connecting you with other founders or other people that are interested aren't really accurate. Sometimes it's just based on like a common tech stack. Sometimes I didn't find it to be accurate when I was actually looking for someone to collaborate with. And we just thought, instead of just taking technical aspect, you also take the personality aspect and the location aspect, the time. We try to take it into one heuristic and give you like the perfect output, not just based on, oh, they have the same, oh, they both like TypeScript, okay, match them together and like they should work together. So we try to be as conclusive and include as many things as possible when we're making the determination of who is fit for you.
Do you also, because there are people that also not genuine, like, technical okay, GitHub like public report to that. Non-technical founders at LinkedIn. How do you validate? Because LinkedIn posts are tricky.
Yeah, so that was one of the biggest issues we had when we were discussing the project idea, which was dev which explore in our what are like compounding metrics we can get about people that are not in the dev world. So on the first example we took was like if አንድ ዶክተር ከሌላ ዶክተር ጋር practice ቢፈልግ እንደ GitHub እኛ እንዳለን, there's not some exposed endpoints out there that doctors can use like data gauge ለማድረግና that's an issue we faced, which is one of the reasons we made it dev-centric for now until we find a metric that we can use universally and not just to tech people.
ከሶሻል ሚዲያ ሊንኬጅ ውጪ is there any way I can upload my intents like certificates ምናምን ለምሳሌ
I forgot to demonstrate, but you can have a profile page. So if I go to view profile, people can upload testimonials for you, soft skills, creations like projects, and then you can filter, and then you can filter by positive, negative, stars. Yeah. Next question.
From my side is you also mentioned that you wanted to meet it helps you meet the perfect co-partner or co-partner, right?
We try.
The goal is to meet the perfect.
Yeah.
So how do I verify that your system works? How do you know? So I think you've also mentioned that you don't track the project onwards. So once they match, just they're out of the platform. So how do I know that the platform's working? What's your metric to say this is measuring something valid?
Yeah, so the one thing we were thinking about implementing is not implemented yet, but we were thinking of having, we record every like swipe left and swipe right in a database, and we wanted to analyze the patterns of, we want to like adaptively see, for example, if you, like we thought 5 people were perfect for you and you swiped left on all of them, we want to kind of see, okay, what do these people, these 5 people have in common that even though we thought that were perfect for him, they're not working out. So the algorithm is kind of iterative and it builds upon like the longer you're on it to perfect itself, if that makes sense. So, does that answer your question?
Kind of. So I have a follow-up. Is your algorithm right now some sort of machine learning algorithm, or is it a bit?
It's a bit of both, in a sense that we wanted to go full machine learning, but we really couldn't do it considering the time constraint. So we used a simple transformer model on Python and tried to feed it some data to kind of give it as an example of learning and try to give it. But we also heavily rely on, like 75%, we rely on math and like heuristic distance and Euclidean distance and things like that that are used in graph solving problems to find the closest node and match. But we plan to, of course, build better models and integrate it better once we have better space and time. Is that all? All right.